Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Fuse and TeddyBear on Starbow Fighting Spirit. As you can tell, this is a Starbow cast. I haven't done one of these for a while, but I have actually casted 2 tournaments since my last Starbow cast on YouTube. I apologize for the Starbow fans out there, because I feel like Starbow is a really interesting twist on StarCraft 2. It is a fuse of Brood War and StarCraft 2, made by Ziphius, who loves both of the games, and this game is basically a love child of his. Alright, in the top right of Starbow Fighting Spirit, we have the orange Terran player. It is Fuse. We're going to speed the game up just because there are so few workers in the early game. It's not Legacy of the Void, so speed up we do. And in the top left of Starbow Fighting Spirit, we have the red Protoss player representing BFFFFF. It is TeddyBear. Alright, so it's a PvT on Fighting Spirit, everybody's favorite map in Starbow. At least that's what Bourne tells me when you commentate games together. And it is a PvT, which has a lot of interesting things we can see. Terran players can go mech. Protoss players can do things like Reavers that are really fun to see, and both players just scouting right now. So the probe is scouting the exact right position to find his Terran opponent. And ta-da! Here it is! There's the barracks. Congratulations, that's the information that you need. The SCV pulled off to make sure the probe doesn't do anything untoward. Meanwhile, the SCV scouts down here, sees nothing, gonna scout down here, see nothing. Unfortunately, gonna scout to the exact wrong place at the exact wrong time. Well, I guess not the wrong time, just late, which is always discouraging. You invest a lot of money into this SCV that's not actually mining, and you scout here last. Ah, that's such a bummer. Here we are, though, making a Dragoon. We're using the, what is it, the Chrono Boost ability that does exist here to Chrono Boost out that Dragoon, and another gateway coming up, as well as that Cybernetics core. So, scouting up is the SCV. Takes a couple hits from the Dragoon, does survive. Takes several hits from that Dragoon to actually kill an SCV. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 6, 7 total. To kill it. It does 10 damage to light, so these are light, right? They're light. They have 60, so 6 hits rather. 6 hits to kill an SCV. I couldn't quite count there. You know, in a stressful situation, another Chrono Boost going down on the research for the Singularity Charge, which increases the attack range of Dragoons by 2. Anyway, if I was ever actually in a shootout, like with Steven Seagal or something, and the bad guys are shooting at me, I wouldn't be able to count the number of bullets that they shot. So I wouldn't be like, make my day or anything cool like that. There's a bunker at the front door, a couple Marines inside. That should be enough to shoo away these Dragoons. Dragoons with the Singularity Charge upgrade do outrange the bunkers though, so that is actually what Fuse is planning, or TeddyBear is planning to do here, is wait for that upgrade to finish. It's about 50% there right now, and then just sit here and pick off this bunker from the safety of outranging it, which is very nice. It is a very solid opener for Protoss players to do this. At the same time, probably should take a Nexus on the back of it, and yeah, just waiting for the money to do so. TeddyBear is about down 100 minerals. Once he gets that, he'll put down that second Nexus, and everybody will be happy. Alright, SCV is mining. SCV is mining. The gas has been taken here. Has the gas been taken to the natural? No, it has not quite yet. There's the Nexus. TeddyBear finally had enough to do it. Singularity Charge is there, and here we come. Dragoons going to town on that bunker, and there's nothing the bunker can do about it. We can pull SCVs to try to repair it. That's exactly what we're going to do here from Fuse. Retreating might be a good idea as well. I think we're just going to lose the bunker at this point. We can't actually repair through all the damage being put out by these Dragoons. Additional SCVs pulled off to help, and are we going to save it? Yes, so with 6 SCVs being pulled off the line, we can repair through the damage that is put out by these Dragoons. The Dragoons finally try to snipe down individual SCVs, so they can't repair anymore. And there we go. Only 5 SCVs left. You can't actually repair through this. And what are we doing? Trying to take out more and more SCVs. More SCVs being pulled off the line. I don't know if this is cost effective for Fuse whatsoever. Does have more SCVs than TeddyBear has probes, but at the same time, yep, here comes the siege tank. It doesn't actually have siege yet. Siege mode is not an automatic thing in Starbow. It is being researched. Yep, siege tech is being researched, making another tank as well. The tanks should be enough to chase away these Dragoons fairly quickly as well. We'll have to see how that works out for our Terran player. So yeah, I think pretty well defended. I think saving that bunker was the right choice. If you lose that, you pretty much allow the Dragoons to walk into your base unimpeded. But now that the tanks are here, now the tanks have siege mode in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 seconds rather. Siege mode engaged. Yep, there it is. And the range on that siege is a lot too. Bam! Taking a shot out there, way out here, repairing everything at the front. Are these SCVs back in Protoss land? We have a Robo Bay, we have a Robo Facility with a Warp Prism coming up. We'll have to see what the answer is going to be here. Could it be some Reaver play? Reaver drops are super duper fun. TeddyBear is very excited to do something along those lines. But again, it's 39 to 33 harvesters. Fuse is up. In worker count, 52 to 52 total army supply. What is the choice going to be here? Vultures, as well as I think more tanks. Engineering Bay as well coming up for our Terran player. And what are we doing with it? We're getting Spider-Mine research. There it is. There's the Reaver. Hey! I called it. I don't do that a lot in StarCraft 2 games, but I totally called the Reaver play with the Warp Prism. It's just so good against Terran. It's good against Zerg as well, just because Reavers hit like trucks against Zerg units, but also fun against Terran to kind of splash damage against a ton of Marines. You can actually use them to take out tanks as well. So here come the Vultures taking the super duper long way around. Are they just putting down Spider Mines in random spots and hoping that probes die to them? That's something you can do with Vultures. A pylon coming up with a potential place up at third base for the Protoss player TeddyBear. And where is it? There's the Warp Prism heading out. So let's follow this guy. This is fun to watch. It's pretty darn micro-intensive. The idea here is that Reavers are slow, but they hit really hard. And so if you can kind of use a Warp Prism, which is fast, to offset the slowness of the Reaver, which is slow, you have something that moves quickly and hits hard, which is nice. So here we come. Trying to land before that missile turret completes, I think might be a good idea, but then you're kind of condemning the Reaver to die down there, so maybe not. Oh man, more missile turrets. Ooh, ah. Woo! Big time hits coming down on top of that Warp Prism, down to 41 hit points. Sad place to be. Can't find a place to drop. So Fuse responding to that very well, recognizing what is likely to come down is going to be something in the air. So putting up 2 missile turrets there, 2 here, means you can't fly past to get into the main. You can't do anything at the natural either. Just a really tough place to be if you're trying to harass as a Protoss player. So both players really kind of playing it safe right now. The initial harass did not do super well with the Dragoons, and the attempted harass with the Warp Prism Reaver didn't do anything either. So Fuse defensively just playing this about as well as you can right now, I think. Continuing to make Vultures, which do really well against Zealots, which can be nice tanks that do well against Dragoons. Just trying to guess the composition that TeddyBear is going for, because nobody has done really a lot of scouting, especially not the Terran player. I don't think he's left his base except for these Vultures that keep running down here for some reason that I don't understand. Trying to actually harass, but this is fully walled off with a pylon, with a gateway, and another pylon. Where did that Reaver go? Did we drop it and die? I think we might have dropped it and died. Poor Warp Prism, tough place to be. Trying to get up here and kill stuff, but that is not going to happen. They just, Vultures do not actually kill buildings very quickly at all. Warp Prism trying to escape. Second Warp Prism with 2 Reavers here, though. And there we go. Getting a couple hits off on that tank. Does kill it. 2-shot on that tank. Taking out a Vulture. Oh, getting an SCV instead. Getting that. There it is. Another SCV dying. A bunch of Vultures here trying to deal with these Reapers. But they're all clumped together. Oh, 4 or 5, I think, Vultures died there. Total number that died is 7 in this game. Look at this. Keeping the Reavers alive. Shooting off those Scarabs. Right in the middle of that Reaper. Oh, right in the middle of that Vulture ball. 4 more die. Throwing down Spider Mines. Saying you want to drop here. Spider Mines will kill your stuff. And I'm not sure if we want to. I think Fuse saw that. Fuse recognized what's going on. Nope. Fuse lost a Reaver there for reasons I don't fully understand, if we're entirely honest with ourselves, sitting back here behind this mineral line of a base that has not been constructed yet. So I'm not sure if TeddyBear is just really confident about keeping this guy alive or what, but siege mode is coming up. There we go. Picks up, gets out of there. The Warp Prism has done its job for the day. Another Warp Prism is here. I think TeddyBear's lost track of it, because once that missile turret finishes, yep, does catch it just in time. Does manage to escape. This is now a scouting Warp Prism, ladies and gentlemen. It is not here to do anything but scout. Anyway, Command Center gets floated over, thrown down here at the potential third base. Yes, it is a third base for Fuse, and a third gas as well. Very scary place for the Protoss player to be in, but it's so behind TeddyBear's third base. I feel like TeddyBear actually might be in the lead here. It is 120 to 95 total supply, 53 to 59 harvesters. Fuse is keeping the lead there, which is nice. More Reavers being researched. We are getting more Dragoons in the production tab as well. A few Zealots, you really need those. Armory coming up, and yeah, actually Goliath's being researched as well. So Goliath is a unit that doesn't actually exist in StarCraft 2. It did exist in Brood War, though. It's pretty much a mech walker, mech warrior type thing, where it walks on 2 legs. It is a robotic thing that is being driven and piloted, and it can shoot air units and ground units. It's better shooting against air if we take a look here. Autocannon hits the ground, does 12 damage, a range of 6, not amazing. But Hellfire Missiles does 10 damage, and it's 2 attacks, so 20 damage. Versus light, it does 5. Versus medium, it does 7.5. So there are some very different variables there. But again, really, really good to have against air stuff that's coming out, especially against Protoss players. So the Goliath is going to be very, very useful in this match. Observer just checking things out overhead, seeing, hey, there's a whole bunch of spider mines here. I shouldn't lose my units by running into that. We will make a mental note. A lot of Dragoons here, a lot of Zealots, and just a couple Reavers inside that Warp Prism. Not going overboard on the Reaver count. So pretty much sticking on Gateway units and a couple Robo Facility units is what TeddyBear's up to. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. How are our upgrades? No upgrades whatsoever for the Gateway stuff. Wow, I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Now we're researching them, chrono boosting them as well on the forges. Trying to make that a thing. Here we come. Vulture's trying to harass again, and they're going to find a base that's pretty much undefended, but there are no workers here. So as long as these cannons finish, we might be okay. But man, Vultures are fast. They're already here. Can they kill these cannons before they finish warping in is the question. A responding army's coming down to try to see what they can do, but oh, Reavers are here, man. Yikes. Can they get picked up? Vultures trying to kill them, and yes, they do. Both of the Reavers do end up dead. Can they kill this cannon before it warps in? Almost. They can almost kill it, and they do. That cannon gets no kills whatsoever, killing probes back here as well. The army trying to defend further harassment. There are spider mines right at the front door here, so there are Vultures being super annoying. As long as they don't die, I think you can actually do a pretty good job with it of preventing mining at this base, which is an excellent idea and something you always want to do if you're a Terran player. But no, here come the Dragoons to clean them out. The Vultures are trying to escape. The angles are bad, though, and they all end up dead. So, terrible, terrible place to be in if you're a Vulture, but I think they did their job there, so everything is well for Fuse. He's pretty happy with the results. 4th base now on the way as well for Fuse. And 1, 2, 3, 4 total. Yeah, so it looks like, yep, so just down the left side for our Protoss player. Terran player chose to take this base first instead of the one directly south of him. I'm not sure if that's just a preference thing or what. I happen to think it probably is. Whew! So, all right, there's a bit of a lull here. Both players have kind of set up their battle lines. We have Vultures here. We have Spider Mines here, right next to this crazy-looking satellite dish. Receiving reports of something from somewhere. I don't think either player can actually access them. Unfortunately, the range on the Dragoons does let them outrange these Spider Mines. You can actually clean out Spider Mine fields with Dragoons as long as you can see them, so you need observers for that. And there's an observer here. And yeah, oh boy, unfortunately, all those Vultures ran in to a meat grinder. And here we go. Here comes the great cleaning of the Spider Mines. Something that is not actually super attractive to Terran players, but Protoss love it. As I sneeze there, I don't know what this is. I think I have allergies or something. I haven't had allergies before, but adult onset allergies is apparently a thing, so who knows. Alright, so a lot of Dragoons, but this army is looking pretty fearsome for Fuse. A lot of tanks, a few Goliaths in there, a Science Vessel as well. Irradiate is okay against Zealots. EMP is actually what you want to use here. It drains all the shields and energy off of units, and Protoss have a lot of shields and energy to drain most of the time, so we'll see how effective that Science Vessel can be. Going to move on up here. Is this where the army is? Fuse says, and the answer is no. This is not where the army is. So setting up siege mode right here next to that crazy satellite tower once again. Just trying to make sure nobody comes this way for the Protoss army, because Dragoons walk into that and they will die for sure. A lot of spider mines up here, though. The scouting Warp Prism just trying to see what he's up against. TeddyBear trying to clear these out before actually engaging with the rest of the army. Here comes some Vultures for some reason, and they get sniped down immediately. A little bit of a miscontrol there, I think, from Fuse. But morphing in an Archon. Interesting play. And again, more Vultures trying to kill stuff. I think we might be freeing up supply. Oh no! Templar die for no reason, though. That rally was terrible for our Protoss player. Yikes. All right, so Vulture's trying to kill stuff. Are we just going for it? Yes, the Dragoons are just going for it, trying to drop Zealots on top of tanks so the splash damage kills other tanks, but there are just too many. I think, yes, TeddyBear has to back out. Fuse still has his position. Another Dragoon pops out. Bad rally point. Once more kills another Dragoon, and I think TeddyBear has to do something about this. He has Dark Templar in the army, but the Science Vessel also provides detection, so he will see that as well. But Vultures again at the front door trying to kill stuff, not really being effective at doing it, but just being more annoying than anything else. Are we just going to go for it? Oh no, walking into spider mines is TeddyBear trying to kill them, but not actually doing a super great job of it. Yikes. Oh boy. The Widowmine drags are for real, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive matrix coming down on that siege tank. It does provide how much defense? I don't actually know. 250 hit points for 53 seconds. Checking to see, is there a base down here? There is not, but we can kill an SCV, which is nice. But at the same time, your natural is this close to dying. I mean, TeddyBear is on the front door. And yeah, there we go. These gateways are going to fall pretty much immediately. These cannons are not going to save anybody. Small group of mech coming in here, setting up siege as well to deal with these tanks. Goliaths do pretty well against tanks at the same time. We do have +1/+1 upgrades on the mech units. This base is entirely under siege. And where did that army go? The army had to come back to try to save the third base. Apparently losing the second base wasn't enough, but losing the third base was enough to make Fuse actually, or TeddyBear, actually respond. So here we come. Dark Templar actually does one-shot a Goliath. Two shots this Goliath. Comes in right on top of the tanks. The scan comes up, but it's in the wrong place. Dark Templar with 4 kills. There's the scan. Finally, the DT ends up dead. The remaining Dragoons. Oh no, there's only Goliaths left though. All the tanks are cleaned up. So actually, good play there by TeddyBear, saving this third base. We are under siege at the second base though, which is a problem because this is where all your production is. So you can't actually join up with these forces without going through these tanks, which is not going to happen. Whoa! Did we try to replant that Nexus and got destroyed immediately? I think that's what happened. More and more tanks just moving across the map though. Vultures as well, trying to kill expansions that do exist for TeddyBear. So interesting play there as well. The simulator under fire. Probes trying to long distance mine. There are carriers! How did I miss those carriers? Whoa! TeddyBear actually has a group of 6 carriers. And I don't know, why does that keep happening? Back. That was a glimpse of my desktop. Anyway, the carriers are actually going to town. There's not much that can shoot up here. All the tanks get cleaned up by these interceptors. The science vessel is still alive. Somehow, nope, that one dies, and this one as well is going to be killed. It does explode. A major attack down here. The tanks are basically trying to base race. They're like, all right, we know there's carriers out here. We can't deal with them, but if we can kill these bases, we might actually be able to win the game just by starving out the Protoss player. Here we go. Oh, why did you siege everything? Whoa! One of the tanks gets killed along with those 2 Zealots. This Nexus dies immediately. Probes are coming through. Splash damage killing friendly tanks, though. The probes actually making themselves pretty useful. And there we go. Zealots are here with a single Dark Templar and a couple cannons trying to defend this 4th. And here comes the DT again and survives a Widowmine hit. Comes through. And yep, actually the cavalry is here. And from above, the carriers are killing everything that they can see on the ground. Siege tanks ending up dead. Dark Templar does have 2 kills, which is okay. I think he probably wants more, but I think, I don't know. Oh, more Widowmines. Widowmines killing everything. Dragoons being exploded. Zealots being greatly weakened. These guys don't have very many hit points. Widowmine hit might be pretty big here, but there's not one. Not Widowmine, sorry, Spider Mine. Do I keep saying Widowmine? I apologize if I do. Those are definitely Spider Mines. This space, trying to be cleaned out by a single Zealot, that's not going to happen. Fuse responds very well with a bunch of Goliaths with a +1/+1 upgrade to do explosive damage versus air units. So they hit air units pretty well. I wonder if that's enough Goliaths to actually deal with these carriers, and I think it might be. That is a lot of Goliaths, and the carriers do have +1/+1, so it might actually be more of an even battle than I thought initially. So here we come, zooming out for the big battle, and here we go. Goliaths are trying to target down carriers as best they can, and yes, doing a pretty good job of it, taking down interceptors as well. Interceptors are not free. They do cost 25, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 25 minerals. and backing out, recognizing, okay, I have carriers, they are good, but that was a lot of Goliaths. We're going to regroup, we're going to get some more ground units here. More Zealots, more Dragoons, as well as more Dark Templar. Pretty interesting addition, replacing this Nexus. This Nexus is still alive, never actually died. So for all the harassment at this third base and this fourth base by Fuse, TeddyBear has actually managed to stay in the lead here. Actually keep those bases, not necessarily be in the lead. Vultures swinging up. They're going to be able to kill some workers here. There's a single cannon. I don't necessarily know if it's enough. Throwing down more spider mines outside this main base, just trying to catch more reinforcements that come in. That's exactly what they're meant to do at this point. It's 198 to 173 supply. TeddyBear actually has a supply lead, despite everything that has happened so far in this game. I'm kind of surprised. I thought for sure the Terran player would be able to be in a massive lead right now, but TeddyBear is an amazing Protoss player. Very impressed with what's been going on here. Sending a Zealot, trying to actually get some mine drags to get rid of them and waste their time on a single Zealot. Zealots evaporate to Vultures. That's exactly what happened there. Taking out a pylon. Good job, Vultures. Be very proud of yourselves with your +1/+1 upgrades. Back in the production tab, we see more and more Goliaths, more science vessels, more upgrades for those mech units for the Terran player, and more air upgrades, as well as ground weapons level 3. Is that what we're getting here? Yes, it is. Ground weapons level 3 and ground armor level 3 as well from TeddyBear. So he wants his ground army to be strong as well as his air army. He's maxed out, so might as well get upgrades at this point, right? Yes, so there's the scan. Here we come again. Big time battle. So many Goliaths on the ground. Wow, boy howdy. Woo. Look at all of those missiles going to town. The ground army can't really stand up, I don't think, against what we have here from Fuse. So chasing down and then backing up again. Just kind of doing the dance right now. More reinforcements coming in. More Goliaths. Total number of Goliaths is... Where is that? Goliaths. 47 Goliaths. I think that's enough to handle this number of carriers, although Storm could be pretty good. Storm does do fairly well against Goliath. They only have 125 hit points. And Storm, I think, does 75 damage if you don't fully dodge it. 112 damage, rather. There we go. The Storm going down on everything. So many Goliaths are dying, but Goliaths on the outside as well are still firing, still trying to take down interceptors. Can they actually target fire the carriers? I'm not sure. They're trying to do so now. One of the carriers does end up dead, but a lot of Goliaths are dying. Another Storm goes down. Another carrier falls. But I think all the carriers are pretty much going to win this battle. The Goliaths are forced to retreat. It's 87 to 184 supply. TeddyBear is killing it right now with 76 workers, so many mining bases, trying to send out another command center to take this base down here. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. The carriers can pretty much do whatever they want at this point. There are no more Goliaths. 7 are in production for Fuse, but they're not going to come out, I don't think, anytime soon. So here we go again, attacking directly into this entrenched position with siege tanks and Goliaths. Not really any micro to speak of whatsoever. Everything gets totally cleaned up. Science vessel dies. Reinforcing Goliaths are forced to retreat once more. We're going to go after this base with extreme prejudice. There are a lot of missile turrets, but I don't think they do super well because they can't target the carriers individually. They just have to take out the interceptors, which is just not a great strategy against carriers. Never has been, ever since they existed back in StarCraft 1. So there it is. This base gets obliterated in approximately 16.4 seconds. More Goliaths. Again, Fuse is not ready to say goodbye quite yet. Actually burning down a couple Dragoons here just with their ground attack. Another Dragoon might end up dead, but the carriers are here to take down this base. I mean, these missile turrets last... When they get targeted, it's like 2 seconds maybe. So, yeah, this base is completely dead for Fuse as well. This command center's up, and nothing is really mining from it. This is the only mining base that Fuse has right now. It's 200 to 78 total supply, 76 to 31 harvesters. I just don't know what Fuse can do to come back from this game. TeddyBear, I think, was on a super difficult position on a back foot, but managed to come back, managed to save the third base, save the fourth base, and then just roll with carriers. Basically, the Terran player let the Protoss get to tier 3 and is really paying the price. Sneakily taking a very close expansion to the Protoss is Fuse here at the 35-minute mark in this marathon game. And yes, composition here looking pretty darn good. Dark Templar mixed in just in case Fuse decides not to scan. That's pretty good. The interceptors are actually outside the the carriers. That's weird. Well, maybe they went inside now. I don't know. But yeah, this base is mining for Fuse. So, I mean, I don't know. Don't call it a comeback, but I don't know that Fuse is dead quite yet. Probe is here saying, hey, there's a base. Come kill it. And yes, the rest of the army says we would be very much glad to oblige that. Lifting off, trying to escape, but they're just so slow. Orbital commands are not intended to run. They're intended to kind of move. But fleeing is not necessarily their specialty, and it explodes, pieces flying everywhere onto the ground. So we are actually not really mining much here either. This is the single mining base left, but the third base is out for our friend TeddyBear. This base is still up, but it's horribly oversaturated. This base is here, pretty much oversaturated as well. This base is very important for TeddyBear, definitely taking it. The army is here, a lot of Goliaths, a lot of tanks. We are going to defend. That's what we're going to do. Taking this middle base would be pretty interesting, I think, for TeddyBear. You can mine from both sides and 2 Vespene Geysers at the same time. That is pretty tempting, but again, it's really difficult to hold just because siege chains can sit here and bomb your mineral lines without really being attacked from this direction. So hard to take as a Protoss player, but at this point, I think it might work. Observer helping the Dragoons see those spider mines. Spider mine fields are getting cleaned out very, very slowly, not unlike real minefields in the rest of the world that exist in places like Thailand and stuff. But here we come. No, say the Dragoons. That is a lot of mech. We're going to back out now. And here come the carriers, though. The carriers say, I think we can handle this. +3 attack on the interceptors, +1 Protoss plating, armor total 5 on these carriers. Not very squishy at all. Let me tell you what. More and more upgrades being produced. Air armor level 2, shields level 1 being researched here by TeddyBear as well. And do we know about this base if we're Protoss? We do. We barely know about it. Probably should go kill it. That might be my priority if I was the Protoss player right here, but I'm not, because I'm not this good. So here we come. Tanks obliterating everything on the ground, but the carriers, I don't think they care. Coming in, this number of Goliaths is good, but this is just a huge pack of carriers with the upgrades. Swinging in. Storm going down on top of all of these Goliaths as well, and actually choosing to retreat here is TeddyBear. I might have pushed in, if we're entirely honest. Did he lose a lot of interceptors there? I think he might have. Might have lost a lot of interceptors, but man, that is still a big cloud that comes out every time he launches those. Still 161 to 62 supply. Protoss player is definitely up. Spider mines are here, just kind of in a random spot. I don't know why TeddyBear is not going after this base. He knows it's here. He definitely knows it's there, but choosing instead to kind of retreat back to the safety of the natural. Are we going for it now? We might be going for it now. Here we go. Oh, actually losing a carrier a little bit carelessly. One gets left behind. Gets focused down by the Goliath, but that's it. Fuse calls the GG. He's about to lose this base. He's down 100 supply, and that's it. So TeddyBear's victorious. Amazingly well-played game there, in my opinion. Just incredible Starbow from both of these players. Thank you so much, Starbow, for providing me with this replay. I'll try to cast more in the future. I'm planning on casting more Starbow tournaments as well. I'll tweet those out when I do at my Twitter at Falcon Paladin. Very easy to find that way. And that's about it. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like the Starbow action that you saw here today. Catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.